the story begins with the marriage of a happy-go-lucky couple, Lakshmikant Chauhan, Akshay Kumar, and Gayatri, Radhika Apte. Lakshmikant adores his wife and will go to any length to ensure her comfort and pleasure. When Gayatri is briefly barred from the household during her monthly periods, Lakshmi is caught off guard due to his lack of awareness of the matter, which the local young refer to as a 5-day test match for women. Lakshmi accepts it, but is concerned when he sees Gayatri using a soiled rag during her periods. When asked about it, Gayatri tells him it's none of his business and that he, as a pure human, should not be involved in such a feminine matter. Undaunted, Lakshmi goes to a medical store and purchases 55 rupees sanitary pads for his wife. When he gets home and passes it over to Gayatri, she reprimands him and instructs him to return it because using such expensive napkins means missing out on a month's worth of milk. Unable to return it, Lakshmi continues to work, where a worker is hurt. Despite the fact that the others refer to the injury as impure, he quickly applies a pad to it. In the hospital, the doctor praises Lakshmi's quick thinking and claims that it is the healthiest way to halt the bleeding. Excited, Lakshmi goes out and buys some cotton, cloth, and glue to build a makeshift pad that he believes is a superior replacement for the expensive one. Undaunted, Lakshmi to a medical store and buys 55 rupees worth of sanitary pads for his wife. When he goes home and hands it over to Gayatri, she chastises him and tells him that using such expensive napkins means missing out on a month's supply of milk. Lakshmi, unable to return it, continues to work, where a worker is injured. Despite the fact that the others call the injury impure, he applies a pad to it right away. The doctor at the hospital commends Lakshmi's quick thinking and adds that it is the healthiest approach to stop the bleeding. Lakshmi is ecstatic, so he goes out and buys some cotton, cloth, and glue to produce a makeshift pad that he believes will be a better replacement for the pricey one. Gayatri then makes Lakshmi vow not to involve anyone else in this problem in the future. Lakshmi, believing her claims but unable to let go of the subject, tests it on himself by attaching a balloon filled with goat blood acquired from a friend, resulting in blood stains on his clothes and shame. The entire community labels him a pervert and a man with loose morals as a result of this deed. Gayatri is taken away by her brothers, and Lakshmi resolves to leave the community, vowing to combat the taboo surrounding menstruation. Lakshmi then attends college to learn about the ingredients used in sanitary napkins after discovering that sanitary pads use more absorbent cellulose fiber rather than cotton. In need of money and a place to stay, he ends up working as a manservant in the home of a professor. The professor's son introduces him to the internet and assists him in gathering all of the necessary knowledge. He placed an order with an international manufacturer for cellulose fiber for sanitary pads. The professor is perplexed by Lakshmi's conduct and shows him films of crore-priced pad-making machines in order to derail his thoughts. Lakshmi, on the other hand, decides to build his own pad vending machine and quits the house. He borrows money to purchase his equipment and then creates a near-perfect pad but has no one to test it. He meets Peri Walia, Sonam Kapoor, by coincidence and provides her with a pad. Lakshmi pays her a visit the next day and requests feedback. She was taken aback and claims that it was just like any other pad. His excitement knows no boundaries, and he phones Gayatri to inform her. Gayatri, on the other hand, is irritated by his fascination with menstruation, and her brother warns Lakshmi to keep away from them. Meanwhile, Peri invites him to an innovation fair at IIT Delhi, with a prize of Rs.200,000 for the winner. Lakshmi's innovation is named Life-Changing Innovation of the Year, and he is lauded and congratulated. He rises to prominence, but when the locals realize the nature of his creation, they disparage and criticize him. His equipment is patented, and Peri assists him in reaching out to and selling his pads to rural women, who later join him in his pad manufacturing endeavor under the brand name Perry. Lakshmi continues to develop low-cost sanitary pad manufacturing machines for rural people. He gets invited to New York and delivers a speech at UNICEF that makes him famous. Back home, he receives the Padma Shri. Perry falls in love with him but ignores her own feelings in order to ensure his happiness. Lakshmi returns to his village to a hero's welcome. The film concludes with Lakshmi and Gayatri eventually reuniting, and Perry departing with fond memories of Lakshmi.